or were you involved in designing it from very scratch? Okay, so this is the question where interviewer is trying to check on the knowledge that you have and familiar with the framework. Okay, so if your framework is built from very scratch and you are part of it, then you can give the interview ready answer like, yes, in my recent project we have developed a hybrid test automation framework using Java, Selenium WebDriver, TestNG, Maven, page object model, data driven testing, API automation using REST assured, and Jenkins for CI/CD integration. And then you can start explaining about the framework architecture. Like, the project initially had no automation solution, so our team decided to build a scalable or hybrid automation framework, and my responsibilities included the requirement analysis, where I understand the application architecture, identify the automation scope, and select the tools and technologies. And then my responsibilities include on the technology selection as well. Like, we chose Java, Selenium WebDriver, TestNG, Maven, Page Object Model, REST Assured, Jenkins, Git, and Extend reports. And when it comes to the framework development part, I have developed project structure and base classes, driver factory, page object classes, utility classes, test cases, reporting setup, data driven modules, and CI/CD integrations. And coming to the CI/CD setup, we have configured Jenkins pipeline, and we have scheduled the nightly regression runs, and we have automated the report sharing. Okay, and the overall benefits we achieved is we have reduced the regression time from 3 days to 6 hours. It improved the test coverage, and it increased the script reusability, and it has been reduced the maintenance effort overall. Okay, so I was involved from framework design to the implementation, including architecture decisions, coding standards, CI/CD integration, reporting, and framework maintenance. Okay, so in case if the framework is already available, then you can give an interview ready answer like, yes, when I joined the project, the basic framework was already available. However, I was actively involved in enhancing and maintaining it. My contributions included creating a new page object classes, developing reusable utility methods, integrating extent report enhancements, fixing the flaky scripts, adding API automation modules using REST assured, creating the Jenkins pipeline and execution pipelines, improving the execution stability and reducing the maintenance effort, performing code reviews and framework optimizations. Finally, you can close the statement telling, so although I didn't build the initial framework from very scratch, I played a major role in extending, maintaining, and improving it based on the project requirements. Okay, so this is how you can answer. The next set of interview questions goes like, what type of framework you have used, whether it's a data driven framework or purely a hybrid framework or a BDD framework or page object model. Okay, so the next question, what are the tools and technologies you are part of your automation stack? Why did your team choose that framework architecture or the structure? And what are the main components of an API request? Which HTTP methods you have worked and you are familiar with? What are the authentication methods you have used in API testing? How do you validate API responses? How do you compare API response data with database data? And how do you handle 50 plus APIs efficiently in Postman? And how do you manage different environments like QA, UAT, and production in Postman? How do you avoid hard coding values in API requests? Can you explain API chaining with an example? How would you perform a sequence like get, post, put in automation? Where do you store environment specific values in your framework? How do you pass dynamic parameters during runtime? If a change happens only in the account details module, okay, they are taking here as an example of banking domain, guys. Okay, if a change happens only in the account details module, how do you decide what to test? And how do you run only smoke or regression tests? Do you configure execution at class level or XML level? How do you separate UI and API tests in the same framework? Can you write a program to reverse a string without using built-in functions and also handle the irregular spaces? Okay. And then the 23rd question goes on about the can you explain your logic before writing the code for the above program. Okay. So 24th question goes like a test passes locally but fails in Jenkins. How would you debug it? And 25th question goes like your automation script fails because the UI changed. What would you do? The login page takes longer than expected to load. How would you handle it? Okay, one test case passes individually but fails in suite execution. Why? How would you handle unstable test environments? Okay, guys, answers for all the above questions can be found in the interview preparation kit link that I have mentioned in the description box or comment box. And if you are looking for similar end-to-end full stack ultimate QA automation interview mastery kit, where it's purely focused on job preparation and it has been trusted and used by many people, where it has been built from 13 plus years of real IT experience, and actually now it's 14, guys. And it has been crafted after 3500 plus automation interviews, and it covers the actual questions asked in almost all the top companies, including product based, service based startups and mid-sized companies. And it has been designed for 0 to 15 plus years of experienced candidates. Okay, so please do check out and let me know if you have any queries or questions in the comment box. The link is given in the description and also in the comment box. Yeah, thank you so much for watching my video. All the best for your upcoming interview. Happy learning, happy testing.